Today's scholarship opportunity is a fully funded scholarship opportunity in Germany. Some of the benefits include up to 1,300 euros monthly if you're doing a PhD, because for masters you'll be getting 143 euros monthly. Your flight fee is taken care of as well. You can move to Germany with your family member, any of your family members, and that family member you move to Germany with will also be given monthly stipend. There's no application fee attached, and this scholarship also covers your health insurance. You can also be given rent subsidy if you qualify, and there's a lot more other benefits. But let's head to the website first to get more details. Here we are on the website, and this is the website for the scholarship. This scholarship is known as the DAAD EPOS Scholarship in Germany. This scholarship is awarded yearly, and the application for the 2025-2026 session is open. Now, the first thing you want to know is if you are eligible to apply. The people that can apply are graduates with at least 2 years professional experience. When they say professional experience, what they mean is working experience in that field. If you're able to prove that you have 2 years experience working within that profession you're applying to study for, then you can go ahead to check if your country is eligible. So let's click on this link and see if our country is eligible. So meaning you can find that there are a list of European countries like Ukraine. You can also find some African countries listed. You can find some sub-Saharan African countries listed. You can find some Asian countries listed. Do well to look through this list because this is a major factor for your qualification. After going through this list and you find that your country is not on this list, then you shouldn't proceed with the application, because this is the major factor that determines if you're going to be awarded this scholarship. Alright, if you've checked this list and you can find your country, then you can go back to the application link and read the rest of the requirements. Alright, so in this video we'll be looking at what the scholarship is about, what you stand to benefit, the duration of the scholarship, eligible countries, eligible courses, and how you can apply for this scholarship. Alright, let's read the rest of the requirements for the scholarship. Individual scholarships exclusively for postgraduate courses in Germany that are listed on the list of postgraduate courses with application deadlines 2025 and 2026. Now, the question is, what can be funded? They're explaining here that the courses that will be funded, what will be funded are postgraduate courses, meaning MSc and PhD courses in Germany that have been listed in this link. Now, the duration of the funding is within 12 to 42 months, depending on your study program. For example, we know that master's programs require 12 months to 24 months to complete, meanwhile PhD programs usually take about 42 months. For the duration of your study program, that's the duration for which you're going to be funded this scholarship. Before we go and look at the courses or programs that this scholarship is attached with, let's look at what you're going to be benefiting from this scholarship, which they called the value here. So depending on academic level, monthly payments of 934 euros awarded to graduates doing MSc, 1,300 euros for PhD or doctoral candidates. Payments towards health, accident and personal liability insurance cover, meaning that your health insurance will be covered in the course of this scholarship program. You will also be given travel allowance unless less expenses are covered by the home country or another source of funding. So you do not have to bother about your travel allowance because this is going to be covered as well under the scholarship. Under certain circumstances, scholarship holders may receive the following additional benefits: monthly rent subsidy, monthly allowance for accompanying members of family. Selection: candidates fulfill the necessary academic requirements and can be expected to successfully complete a study program in Germany. Candidates have a bachelor's degree. You'll also be eligible for this scholarship if you have a bachelor's degree in an appropriate subject. An appropriate subject here means a subject that is related to the program that you're applying for. Candidates have at least 2 years professional experience. Another requirement that we stated earlier is that you have 2 years professional experience, which you're going to be adding to your CV when you submit your application. Candidates can prove their motivation is development related and be expected to take on social responsibility and initiate and support process of change in their personal and professional environments after the training and scholarship. So in your letter of motivation, you have to be able to prove that you're able to make an impact after your training. To get more information, I advise that you download the book you're here so that you have all the required information for this. Alright, let's proceed to check out the courses that are funded by this scholarship, and then we can see if the course you want to study, if it's in the list. If you go through this list, you have to check to see if, let's say you did environmental biology, you have to go through this list to see if your course is here or something related. If you did something related, let's say geography and urban planning in the university, you can also apply for urban management. Now, it's very important that you take note of the language in which this course is going to be taught. Let's say you want to apply for urban management because you did geography and urban planning in school. Now, this is university where you'll be studying, and then the language this program is going to be taught in is English language. You can see here, and then you can see that the program is an MSc program. So if you decide that you want to do a PhD or a master's, or you have to look through this list carefully to know if this is what you want. So let's say I want to do masters in urban management, like I said earlier, and I've checked this course and I said that okay, this is the school offering this course and is taught in English language, and yes, it's a master's program. Now you can see the duration for the masters, and here you can also see where the applications is going to be open. So here is written that the applications will be open on the 31st of August 2024, and this application will be ending on the 30th of April 2025. So it's very important that you know the deadlines for your application, so you do not miss out on this scholarship. But you can see that some programs application are already open. This university, this program will be holding and is in English, and this program is in 42 months. Also, you can see that the applications have been open since 31st of March 2024, and for the deadline, you can see the website. To see the website, you click on the course, and you'll be taken straight to the university's website where you can proceed with your application. But before we continue with that, let's go and read other requirements that you'll be needing for this scholarship. So this is an overview that we just went through. Now, for the application requirements, come over here and you select your country. I'm going to be selecting Nigeria. Select Nigeria, and then you select graduates because of course you're a graduate and you're trying to go for a postgraduate program. Click on show application requirements. So I want you to understand that this scholarship application process is not difficult. It's quite easy to obtain this scholarship. What will make you stand out mostly is your letter of application and your reference letters, which we'll come to later on, where I'll be explaining to you why these two things are very important. What requirements must be met? Where they said you have to have 2 years professional experience at least, this is where they're trying to explain to you, is engaged in planning and execution of directives and projects with emphasis on development policies having a bearing on technological, economic, or social areas. Another thing is you should hold a bachelor's degree in the related subject you're applying to. Another requirement is that you must have completed an academic degree with far above results, meaning that you need at least a second class upper to apply for this scholarship. At the time of applying for this scholarship, your graduation date should not be later than 2018. Applicants who have been residents in Germany for more than 15 months at the application deadline cannot be considered. Language skills. For the courses in English, you need an IELTS Band 6 certificate or TOEFL minimum score 550 paper-based, 213 computer-based, 80 internet-based. Note, some courses may expect a different level. For detailed information, see the relevant course description on the following pages. For the IELTS, not every university you apply to will require that. When you apply for this scholarship, it's advisable that you ask the university if they would require IELTS. Some universities would say it's not necessary, and some universities might need IELTS but will not make it compulsory. Now, after you've gone through the application requirements, we now look at the application procedure. For the application deadline, this depends on the study program. Please check Scholarship Procure or the website of your chosen study program. So we've already seen in the PDF where we have all the programs. If your program falls under one of those courses or programs where they do not indicate the deadline on that PDF, the best place you can find the deadlines would be on the website, and it would be best to do that as soon as possible. So let's look at the application documents for this program. Applications have only to be sent to the respective courses directly. So for you to apply, like I said, it is very easy. You have to apply directly to the university. You do not have to go through a long process of applying through this link before you can then reach out to the university. You apply straight to the university. Now, applying to the university can be in two ways. The university can choose that you apply via email or you apply via their website, meaning you have to just submit a list of documents that is required from you on their website, or you have to submit these documents to an email that will be provided by the university. It's also stated here that applications sent to the DAAD will not be forwarded to the respective course or university. You can apply for up to 3 courses. If you're applying for more than one course, please list courses in order of priority in the DAAD application form and do not change the priorities in the application form. So what this means is that you can decide to go for 3 courses, and if you decide that, very important tip is that if you decide that you want to apply for more than one course or up to 3 courses, let's say you want to apply to 2, you want to apply to 3, what's very important is that these 3 courses or 2 courses that you're applying to are related to each other. You can't say you want to apply for, let's say, an engineering field and then you now proceed to apply for a program in urban planning. It doesn't work. Generally, I usually advise that you apply to one course to make this application much easier for you. But if you insist on applying for, let's say, 2 or 3 courses, when you're writing your letter of motivation, you should just write only one letter of motivation for the 3 courses. So yes, you can submit one letter of motivation for the 3 courses you're applying for, not 3 letters of motivation for each course. So in this one letter of motivation that you're writing for the 3 courses, you have to list out what motivates you to choose each of these programs accordingly. Like I said, list courses in order of priority. You should also list your motivation in order of priority. Let's look at the application documents that will be needed for this scholarship. Required documents are in following order. completed and signed checklist. Now, your checklist is very important and helpful in the sense that it's going to keep you on track with knowing what documents you are missing and what documents you have already added. So I advise that you download and tick the checklist to ensure that your application is successful. The second requirement is the DAAD application, which you should type carefully and ensure that it's free of grammatical error, or if you decide you want to use your hands to fill it because it's an application form, you have to ensure that your writing is easy to read. A curriculum vitae, that's your CV in reverse chronological order without any unexplained gaps. So as much as possible, try to ensure that you do not have any employment gaps in your CV. Now, it is recommended that you use the Europass CV template, which we'll be getting to in a short while. For now, we're just going through the list of requirements. Now, the fourth requirement on the list is one letter of motivation with detailed reference to academic, professional, and personal reasons for applying to the program. So this is where what will make or break your qualification for this scholarship. I think I should have said this about 100 times by now, but this is quite important. This is why I'm laying emphasis, because once you tick the boxes for the eligibility, you get your letter of motivation right, and you get your reference letter right, then applying for and getting the scholarship will be so easy. You do not need a lot of things, you don't need a lot of stress. Just make sure you get all of this right. It's important that you know that when applying for more than one postgraduate course, minimum of 3 courses, please also give detailed reasons for your choice of courses and prioritization in the letter of motivation. Please submit a uniform letter of motivation to all postgraduate degree programs of your choice. Letter of recommendation from your current employer. The letter must include official letterhead, signature, official stamp, and must be of current date, not in a sealed envelope. The other requirement is the certificate of employment from your employer, showing at least 3 years of relevant work experience after the bachelor's degree up to the time of application. If possible, the certificate of employment from your current employer should include a guarantee of employment after returning to your home country. Recent proof of language skills. So your IELTS or TOEFL that you'll be submitting should be as recent as possible. Copies of your higher education degree certificates. Please provide a certified translation if the original is not in German or English, and make sure they are clearly legible. If you're going to be submitting your higher education degree certificate, you have to provide a certified translation. What is a certified translation of the original simply means is that you can make a photocopy of the original document and get it stamped in court like you do an attestation letter. So this is exactly how you certify your document. You just go to court and get it stamped by the courts of law. Alright. The next requirement is a copy of your full set of transcript of records. Please provide an explanation of the grading system as well if this is not part of the transcript. Applicants from the People's Republic of China are asked to submit an APS certificate with their application documents. Incomplete applications cannot be considered. That's why we have that checklist to make sure that all your documents are complete. When applying for more than one postgraduate course, you have to submit one motivation letter explaining why you are applying for these specific courses and why you chose that priority. If this information is ignored, the application cannot be considered, or an already awarded scholarship might be withdrawn. The easiest way to get this scholarship without stress is to just apply to one. It will save you the stress, it will save you a whole lot of stress, because you do not want anything that is going to make you not qualify or eligible for this scholarship. Application location. Where would you apply for this scholarship? You can apply directly to the chosen study program, like I mentioned earlier. Application and selection procedure. First of all, you send your complete applications directly to the according postgraduate course, that's university A selection committee suggests potential candidates for a DAAD scholarship. The suggested candidates will be contacted by DAAD to upload their complete application to the DAAD portal. The selection process will be finalized and suggested candidates will be informed accordingly. Make sure that you have a copy of each document of your application ready, as those documents in PDF file have to be uploaded to that portal in case you are suggested for a DAAD scholarship. Every document that you've uploaded to this university website, or maybe you've sent to their email, make sure you have copies of this, because after gaining this admission, you're also going to be required to upload these same documents in the DAAD portal if you are awarded the scholarship. All right, let's look at these documents one after the other. First of all, let's look at the checklist. Now, this is the checklist. The first document you'll be attaching to submit to the website or the email that provided. It's advisable that you download this and print and then tick it manually with your pen. And then after you're done ticking, making sure that all these requirements, you have them ready, you tick them up, you tick all of these boxes, and then you scan these documents. Don't forget to write your name here. Ensure that all this is set and ready. Then go ahead and scan this document and upload it as a PDF file to the website or the email. Now, the CV, for the CV, is stated that the CV format should be in Europass format, which we'll be getting to very soon. You have to fill the DAAD application form before you go ahead to apply to this university. Access and download the DAAD application form. You click on this link and you will come here. So this form is 4 pages, and you have to ensure that you fill it boldly and let your writing be legible. When you write your name and your nationality, make sure you fill it out, or you type it out, because if your handwriting is not clear, make sure that you type it out so that it's easy to read. Once you've downloaded or filled this electronically, you can then upload it. If you filled it manually, you can scan it and upload it as a PDF file to the website. Now that's for the DAAD application. So for the CV, the giving a template, when you click on the link, you'll be taken to this website where you can convert your CV to a Europass CV format, or you create a new CV entirely. You come here and then you click on create Europass CV. Now, the creating a CV is going to be in 5 steps, where you can choose to create a new CV. You can choose to select from your library, where you can convert your CV to a Europass CV. Let's say I want to create a new CV. I click on create CV. So I have to fill in this information. You have to fill about, you have to fill all of this information before you can proceed. So when you're done filling out this information, you'll go ahead and click on save, and you'll be taken to the next stage where you have to edit, and then your CV will be arranged. After this stage, your CV will be arranged in the Europass template, and then you can go ahead and save. And that's about that for the Europass CV. First thing you want to do when applying for the scholarship here, to make it very easy for you, is download this checklist. Alright, download this checklist here. Then with this checklist, you can get every document that is required ready, from the application form, filling it, to your CV, to your letter of motivation, to your reference letter. Make sure you have all of this ready, all right, before you proceed to submit your application. Now, when you have your CV ready, you have your letter of motivation ready, you have your recommendation letter, you have your IELTS should it be needed ready, and your transcript and your higher education degree certificate, then you can go ahead and check the university you want to apply with. So let's head over to the list of universities, and I'll be showing you how to apply. Now this is where we saw the list of postgraduate courses, and In the next few minutes, I'll be showing you how to apply for each of these courses. Now, we've been here before, so this should be familiar to you already. Now, I'm looking at a course I can say I want to apply to. So let's say I want to do an engineering course in hydroscience and engineering. I've come down here and I've seen that this is university where I'll be studying this course, and I've seen that the course is in English language and it's an MSc course which I want. The course duration is 24 months and the application is opening on the 15th of October, which is still ahead. I can still wait to apply for this, and then for the deadline I can see the website. Alright, so let's use this as an example on how to apply for this scholarship. If you click on this link, you'll be applying to the university directly without the scholarship. But if you read through and you come down here, you can see that you can submit for the DAAD scholarship. So you click on this link and to proceed with your scholarship. Remember when I said that your motivation letter and your reference letter are key aside your eligibility? Once you've ticked your eligibility with all the eligibility requirements, the next thing you should be focused on are your motivation letter and your letter of reference. Okay, let's start with your letter of reference here. Your letter of reference, when you have your employers or your professors write your letter of reference, they have to be specific and not give you something generic like people are used to writing. Commonly when you're writing letter of reference, people just talk about how you're loyal, how you're a good student, no, they should be more specific than that. They should be more specific in the sense that they say something like, oh, this person was, let's say John was the class president for the year, this, and this were the impacts John made in his year as president or during his tenure as president in this college in the dash session, let's say 2019-2020 session in university, and he was able to achieve this. Those are the kind of specifics that should be included in your letter of reference. So when you nail that, then you're good to go. Up next is your motivation letter. Usually when you apply to a program, when you go to the website, you will see the objectives for that program. So it's wise that you pick certain objectives. Let me click on one of these programs and show you what I mean. Let's say I want to do a master's in spatial planning. Yeah, I then click on this and I look at what this program is about, the objectives of this program. Now, it's stated here that on the basis of skills and abilities acquired in the spatial planning master's program, spatial planners are qualified to scientifically analyze and evaluate the natural, social, cultural, and technological requisites for applied spatial planning. Now, when you go through all of this, you have to add in your letter of motivation that, for example, at the end of this program, you want to be able to lead and manage moderate, comprehensive spatial planning projects. You want to be able to integrate global challenges like climate change and demographic change with their demands in context of planning assignments on local, add something from their objectives. And another thing you can do is draw inspiration from their alumni. Let me take you to one university that they have a lot of alumni. For this university, for example, they have a section that says what our students say. So you can say, okay, this person said, NHRE allowed me to expand my knowledge in areas of civil engineering, from learning about different types of structures to natural hazard and everything in between. I feel that NHRE prepared me to the understanding of both prevention and risk in structures. Now you can reference this and say that you went through their student testimonials and you were encouraged when you read what Marjorie Pons wrote about how NHRE prepared her to have an understanding of both prevention of risk in structures as well as correction of damages happen. You have to either use their objective as a motivation or something an alumni said. Take this university for example, where their PhD student Emmanuel Moye was a panelist at the first International United Nations Institute for Training and Research conference, which held at the United States. You can say that you were motivated when you saw that a student from the university was a panelist at the first International United Nations Institute for Training and Research. You can use each of these different things as your motivation. So once you get your motivation and your reference letters right, you can then go ahead. This application process is not difficult at all. Just make sure you download the checklist and you tick all the boxes, get your documents ready, then proceed to the university you want to apply to and make sure you upload the documents properly. I always make sure that your documents are applied in PDF format. That's it for the scholarship. Remember, what you need is to be confident and ensure that your submissions are outstanding. We've come to the end of this video. Please let us know what other programs you would want to see, and let us know if there are other scholarship opportunities you'd like to see here, and we could make that our next video. See you on the next video.